and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger, the sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast to celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and has rose again. He was lost and is now found. There is so many people that come up to an altar and accept Jesus and get off the altar, and there's no one to lead them and guide them. I promise you, when you get saved and you come down to this altar, the devil's going to hit you. He's coming for you. There's no doubt about it. And I think a lot of the time they come, they get saved, and then weeks or months or years go by, and they just fall back apart. So, this kind of ties in with where Tim was this morning. Let's go 1 Peter 2:9 through 10. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the Pharisees' praises of him who called you out of darkness into the wonderful light. You once were not a people, but now you are a people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. And then we'll go ahead and go to 1 John 15:16. You did not choose me, I chose you and appointed you, so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last, so whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command. Love each other. Okay, so the Lord has been dealing with me lately about some certain things, and that, you know, he has spoke to me so clear. So clear. And a lot of the times whenever he speaks to us, sometimes, and some people could be different than others, but for me, it's hard for me to be bold enough to just go speak what he is speaking to me. And it's not because I doubt it, but it's either because I know the person, or you feel like you don't want to get it wrong or something along that line. But I had talked with Emily. I was talking to her about this, and this hit me like a ton of bricks. One day, I gave a message. And then we all went down there to pray. And I started praying for people. And this lady walks up, and she just said she needed prayer. That's all she said. I had no idea who this lady was. And the Lord says, speak to the cancer cells. I didn't. So, what I'm saying is, when he speaks to you, deliver what he speaks to you. There is a reason why he has delivered that to you. He wants to use you. The Lord told me this morning, he said, there's teachers not teaching. There's prophets not prophesying. There is pastors not pastoring. So, whatever we're supposed to do, every one of us are called to something. Rise up and do it. The children, is the next generation. And the Lord has just been dealing with me about the children and the youth and they're what's next. The old has to die and the new has to arise. If we continue with the old, the new will never rise. Whenever I was whenever I was writing these just couple of verses that he had for me, he gave me a word. And he said, this church isn't an ordinary church. This church shouldn't just settle. This church is fixing to rise up. Pastors, teachers, prophets. It's fixing to happen. But the body has got to be willing. Who's willing? Is anybody willing? Okay. The Lord said this. He said, deliver my message, and then whenever it's over, fill the altar. So, if you are willing, the Lord says, come to the altar and pick up where you have left off. So, I ask, where did I leave off? Well, I'm not fulfilling what I'm supposed to be doing. The Lord has more for me. I'm not just supposed to walk in and once every 8 months give a word. I've let him down. And it's time that we start doing what we're called to do. It's time that we stand up for what's right. It's right in front of us. What's going on? It's literally right in front of us. There's a lot of times that I sit here and think, how are there people... God made a man and a woman. The world is corrupt. How can it just... You guys get where I'm going. I just don't... and it seems like the people that, as far as Christians, they are beginning to believe that it's okay, and it's not okay. So, the Lord said that, just fill the altar, because there's a time coming, and it's coming soon, whereas people need to rise up. And we need to rise up now. So, do we have a CD or...
your glory, the splendor of creation breaking through the night. We have seen your glory, we have seen your glory, the wonder of salvation bringing us to life. We have seen your mercy, we have seen your mercy, rushing like a river down to where we are. We have seen your mercy, we have seen your mercy,